building isn't just good for your business, it's good for her life. And it's powerful for your growth. Most women don't realize they're leaders until someone joins their team. I want to share a thought with you. Team building isn't bothering, it's a blessing. Can I tell you something that might completely change the way you look at team building? Because if you're anything like the women I coach every single day, you're not afraid of leadership. You're just afraid of bothering people. You don't want to be pushy. You don't want to feel salesy. You don't want to make someone uncomfortable. And honestly, that's already tells me something beautiful about you. It tells me that you care. It tells me you have integrity, and it tells me you lead with your heart. But what if the thing you're calling bothering is actually a blessing? What if team building isn't about convincing someone to do something? What if it's about inviting someone into something? Today, I have a real conversation with you, not as a leader to a rep or a consultant, not from the company, but woman to woman, leader to leader, because team building isn't just good for your business, it's good for her life, and it's powerful for your growth. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's talk. So why do good women hesitate? Whenever I coach women in direct sales, this is almost always what they say. I'm scared to ask people to join. I don't want to come across pushy. And listen, I get it. We've all seen those awkward copy and paste recruiting messages. We've all cringed as someone who made it feel transactional instead of like a relationship. So when you hesitate, it's not because you're weak. It's not because you don't want to grow. It's because you care deeply about people. Your fear doesn't come from selfishness. It comes from consideration. You value relationships and you value trust. You value doing things in the right way. And that's exactly what I want to reframe for you. Because when women with good hearts avoid team building, it's not protecting people. It's actually limiting their possibilities. And once you see team building as an act of service, not a sales tactic, everything changes. Let's talk about her for a moment. The woman you might invite. She's not sitting around thinking about a compensation plan. She's not calculating starter kits. You know what she's really thinking? I wish I had something that was mine. I wish I felt confident again. I wish I could contribute financially to my family. I wish I had adult conversations. I wish I had a reason to get dressed today. Team building is not offering a business opportunity. For some, it's offering a lifeline. You're offering confidence, and there is something deeply healing about a woman realizing she can earn her own money, make her own decisions, and use her voice. Be proud of herself. Some women haven't felt capable in years, not because they aren't, but because life chipped away at them. When you invite her, what you're really saying is, I see something in you, even if you don't see it yet. That alone can change a woman. You're offering financial breathing room. Times are really hard right now, guys. Between groceries and gas and childcare, everything. Some women don't join because they want extra income. They join because they need it. Maybe it's $300 to cover a bill. Maybe it's $50 to keep the lights on. Maybe it's Christmas without credit cards. Your invitation could be the answer to a quiet prayer she's been saying, but maybe not out loud. You're offering community. So many women are lonely. Even if they look fine on Facebook, kids grow up, brain groups do change, and life gets quiet. You see, when you invite her onto your team, you're offering connection, support, laughter, accountability, and a sense of belonging. Women don't stay for money alone. They stay where they feel seen. You're offering purpose. Let's face it, some women feel stuck and invincible, disconnected from who they used to be. Direct sales gives women room to grow, stretch, learn, and dream again. Team building isn't about selling a kit. It's about offering a second chapter. So now let's talk about you. Let's lovingly talk about you because it is okay for something to bless both people. That's how healthy leadership works. Team building grows your leadership. Every new team member stretches you, and you will learn how to communicate, have patience, set boundaries, how to work with others, and how to build your own confidence. These are life skills, not just business skills. Most women don't realize they're leaders until someone joins their team. Leadership is often discovered, not decided. Team building stabilizes your business. Imagine not starting over every month. Imagine not relying on your sales alone. Imagine building something sustainable that's not just income, that's security, longevity, freedom. Team building multiplies your impact. You can sell a product, but when you invite someone onto your team, you help change her future and every win she has, every skill she learns, every time she stands taller. It all traces back to the moment you were brave enough to open your mouth. Now that's impact, and that's a legacy. And you can ask any long-term leader what their favorite part of direct sales is. And it's not commissions or trips. It's watching women grow and blossom. So here's the shift I want you to make. Instead of asking, what if she thinks I'm pushy? Or what if she says no? What if I'm bothering her? Ask yourself this instead. What if this is exactly what she's been praying for? What if I am the door opener? What if my invitation becomes part of her healing? Because if you hesitate, you never get to choose. Don't decide for her. Offer her the opportunity to her and let her decide. So how can you invite people and it doesn't feel pushy? Remember, you don't recruit. You're inviting. Once you share the opportunity, lead with a genuine compliment. Something like, I've noticed how natural you are with people. Or share why you thought of her. Women trust you. They're relatable. Paint the possibilities, not the pressure. I think you could do really well, and I'd love to mentor you. Now, release the outcome. It's no pressure at all. I just wanted you to know I see potential. Now, that's leadership. That's integrity. That's love. So before you click away, I want you to do one simple thing today. Think of one woman, just one, a woman who deserves confidence. She deserves community. And she deserves some extra income and a purpose. And send her a caring, genuine invitation. No pressure, just possibility that one message could change her life and yours. All right. So remember that you're not bothering anyone. You're blessing them. And you were made to lead. In our next video, I'm going to break down how to have an effective business opportunity sharing appointment. Stay right here because today I'm going to show you how to share your business confidently, calmly, and consistently without winging it. Let me ask you something really quick. Have you ever walked away from a sharing appointment or a business presentation thinking that went great? So why didn't they join? Or maybe you thought, I don't want to sound salesy. I don't want to pressure anyone. I don't even know what to say anymore. If that sounds like you, stay right here because today I'm going to show you how to share your business confidently, calmly, and consistently without winging it, oversharing, or feeling awkward. And here's the best part. This works in person or virtually. And it works whether you've been in the business 30 days or 30 years. So, welcome back to Couch Cash Academy. Today, I'm teaching you the structured sharing business appointment, the exact framework that helped me and thousands of women that I've coached average about one new team member for every 5 shares. Now, I do want to say this, that your average may end up moving up to maybe 1 out of 4, 1 out of 3, maybe even 1 out of 2, depending on how many shares that you have completed, how many business presentations you have completed, and just, your ongoing tweaking of your presentation. So let me tell you a quick story. All right. Early in my career, I believed that if I just shared my story, if I was passionate enough, if I just explained everything, people would join. But what actually happened? I talked too much. I overwhelmed people and I walked away exhausted, hoping they would just think it over. Here's what I learned the hard way. People don't join because you explain more. They join because you lead better. And leadership requires structure. So today, I'm going to give you a simple, repeatable structure you can use every single time so you never have to wonder what to say again. Every successful sharing appointment has 3 parts. There is the opening, there is the body or the presentation, and there is the close. Think of it like a conversation with guardrails. You need to be warm, human, and friendly, but intentional. So let's break it down. The opening usually comes in about 1 sentence, or maybe 2. That's it. So here's a magic phrase. Thank you so much for helping me with my challenge. I really, really appreciate it. Now, why does this work? Because people love to help. It instantly removes pressure and it positions them as a contributor, not a target. The next time you invite someone to hear about your business, say, I'm so grateful you're willing to help me with my challenge that I'm working on. And then stop talking, okay? Let that land. This opening softens the heart and opens the mind. This is where most people go wrong. They ramble. Instead of rambling and not knowing when to stop talking and when to start presenting, you just kind of break it down to 1 or 2 sentences. And now we're going to use some tools for the body of the presentation, not talking. Back when I used to do in-person career shares or business opportunity presentations, I would schedule in-person appointments. We would meet in a restaurant or a coffee shop, and I would use the career presentation notebook. Why? Because the notebook did the explaining. I did the connecting. Remember, your job is not to convince. Your job is just to guide. But for virtual appointments, my team uses one of these structured systems. Option 1 is something called an ATM group. It is that the ATM stands for add, tag, and message. This is a private Facebook group filled with short videos that explains the opportunity, the culture of your business, the support, and the income possibilities. Our ATM Facebook group has probably 20 or 30 different presentations, video presentations of the opportunity. Talk to your mentor or leader and see which one she would recommend for you if you wanted to set up your own ATM group. Okay. Now, how it works. You add someone to the private group and then tag them in a post with the video that you want them to watch and message them this. Hey, I added you to a private group that explains what I was talking to you about. Take a look when you have time, then we'll chat. That's it. No explaining, no convincing, no pressure. Create or use a simple private group with 5 to 7 videos to kind of get yourself started. And those videos should be real stories from real women who are working the business. And then go through the next steps. All right. The second presentation that we use, and we've been using this a lot lately, is a recorded hotline. This is a conference call, a recorded conference call sharing the business opportunity. I, as the leader in my group, I recorded a presentation that my team could call into with their guests and hear about how they can work virtually in this business. Okay. So you would have a hotline, and you could actually make the hotline yourself if you would like. And you simply three-way a person into the call. While this works, it removes emotion, it adds credibility, and it keeps you out of the explaining mode. Simply say, I'm going to connect you to a short call that explains everything better than I can. Listen with the question, is this for me or someone else you might know? Have one reliable recorded call saved in your phone and use it consistently. Now let's talk about the close. This is where confidence matters most. After they've watched the video or listened to the call, it's now time to close your appointment. My team does something called the 4-question follow-up. Here are the 4 questions. Number 1, did you learn anything new about my company that you didn't know before you listened? Number 2, so why do you think most people decide to join? Number 3, my mission this month is to invite 3 people to join my team this month. Who do you know that might like to work from home from their phone and make some extra income for maybe upcoming vacation season? And question 4, how about you? Could you use any extra cash right now? And then stop talking. No apologizing, no over-explaining, no justifying. Silence is golden. And remember, a no is not rejection, it's clarity. And yes is an alignment. Either way, you win. When you share this way, calm, structured, and confident, you could expect the 1 sign up for about every 5 shares. Not because you're pushy, but because you're professional, and structure creates confidence. Confidence creates consistency, and consistency creates cash. So here's my question for you. What would your business look like if you stopped winging it and started leading with structure? To share more about closing an appointment and what that actually looks like, I have a good friend here to help me today. And we're going to role play the 4 questions and maybe just a few how to overcome some objections using a question format. And so I hope you enjoy it. Okay. So please help me welcome Stephanie Chestnut to our workshop. Hey, everybody. Remember, I told you that Stephanie Chestnut was going to join us. Well, guess what? She is here. So thank you so much, Stephanie, for helping us out with our role playing of the 4 follow-up questions that you use after you have shared, either a hotline or a video or some type of presentation about the business opportunity. Now, Stephanie herself has actually been in the direct sales business for how long, Stephanie? How long have you been with us?
Soon to be 26 years.
26 years. So I've been with my business and my company for 31. So, basically we grew up in direct sales together. So I'm so excited for her to share a little bit of information, with you about her thoughts in direct sales. So Stephanie, what do you love the most about your direct sales business?
I truly believe what I love the most about my direct sales business is just the opportunity that is available for other people. I have loved getting to know women I would have never known before, and men that would have never known before had it not been for my direct sales company. I love the opportunity to share what we offer and to grow with. I like growing with people and watching them grow. So
That's awesome. Now, Stephanie has achieved many things in her direct sales business. She has been recognized for annual personal sales. She has been in a leadership position for many years. In fact, she has earned the use of career cars. In fact, Stephanie, how many career cars have you earned?
I've had the opportunity to have earned 5 career cards in the company.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I know there's many more to come. So now we're going to kind of sit down and we're going to do some role playing. And you all have to pardon us for a little bit because we haven't really practiced this. I just called her and said, hey, jump on. And we're going to do this. But she is familiar with the 4-question follow up herself. So all right. So let's pretend, that I have called Stephanie and Stephanie, we're going to do this for a hotline. And Stephanie was gracious enough to help me and through a challenge. And so we've listened to, I've 3-wayed her into a hotline. And now I'm going to call her right back and do the 4-question follow up. So Stephanie, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, Stephanie. Girl, thank you so much again for helping me with my challenge by listening to that hotline about our business opportunity. And, I'm just really curious about what your opinion of it is after you listened.
I've really been thinking about it, and, I think I might know some people. I might know
Well,
some
that's good.
people that
That's
might
awesome.
be interested. Yeah.
Okay, it's wonderful. Wonderful. I'm just curious. I always love to hear everybody's thoughts on this. What did you learn about the company that maybe you didn't know before you listened to our hotline?
Well, I was really amazed at the longevity of the company, how long it's been in business, and the achievements that are available, the income. And wow, the fact that you could have the opportunity to earn a car. Wow, that's something you don't hear everywhere.
Absolutely, absolutely. Stephanie, I totally agree with you because, when I looked at the opportunity myself, those are the exact same things that really stood out to me. Was the ability to, make an income, earn a career car. I mean, I really embrace that. I love the fact that those are opportunities for people out there today, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I'm just curious, when you listen to the hotline, what was the thing that stood out to you? I mean, what do you think is the reason that people decide to jump on and, join their company?
I'd have to say most people are usually looking for some extra cash.
Hmm. Yeah, you're right.
We could
You're right.
always use extra cash for something.
You're exactly right. And in today's world of, everything's so expensive these days, whether it's gas for your car or utilities or just going to the grocery store, extra cash would be beneficial. Wouldn't you agree?
I do agree.
Wonderful. Well, now, Stephanie, I didn't get to tell you this, but my mission is that I am excited to invite 3 new people to my team this month. And, so if you wouldn't mind, just think for a moment, who do you know that would love to make some extra cash working from their home, working on their phone? And, extra cash is going to be really great between now and vacation time. So who would you think might need that?
I could think of a few people off the top of my head from some different organizations that I'm in that they may could use something like this opportunity.
Well, wonderful, wonderful. Well, I'm just curious, Stephanie, after you heard everything, I mean, could you use some extra cash right now?
We can always use extra cash. I'm not real sure yet.
Okay. All right. Well, let me just ask you, what are your thoughts about it? I mean, what's holding you back?
Mm, Probably just making a decision.
Making a decision. Well, let me ask you this. If you are someone who hesitates making decisions, why do you think that is? I mean, is it in general or is it just about what we shared with you today?
I believe just kind of making the decision today based on the information.
Would you care if I asked you a question?
Sure.
Okay. What's the worst thing could happen if you decide to give it a try?
The worst thing, I give it a try maybe, and if it doesn't work, then I just don't do anything, I guess.
Well, that's true. You know, you might not make some money, but you could save some money. I mean, I
Yeah.
know that if you decided to join the team, you would be able to have a discount and you would be able to enjoy your products at a discount. Now, no one really joins just for the discount, but it's kind of like a perk. I mean, that's the worst case scenario.
Absolutely.
What's
That's
the
true.
best case scenario?
Well, the best case scenario, of course, would be all of the benefits of being a part of the company, earning the extra cash for something.
Mhm.
And, who knows? Maybe, the, the position of the leadership or earning a car. I
Right.
mean, that would be
Well,
pretty cool.
let me ask you this. If you decided to just give it a chance, give it a try, how would you use that extra income? What would you use it for?
Probably a lot of things, but I
Just
do
give
love to
give me one.
travel.
Huh?
I'm loving to be able to travel. I
Okay,
love to
awesome.
travel. Yes,
Where would you like to
and
go?
I l I'm loving cruises right now.
Okay,
I'd actually love to do, um, one of the big Alaskan kind of cruises. I've always
awesome.
heard they're so involved and, so why not? I mean, explore something big and fun like that.
Absolutely.
It would definitely be a goal,
That would
um,
be true. That would
financial
be,
goal.
who would you take with you?
I don't know. I don't I don't know that I would definitely have to find girlfriends to take with me. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
don't wanna have extra responsibilities.
Okay. All right. And so, if you end up deciding this would be an option for you, I mean, what's the worst could happen, right? Is that you could enjoy the discount personally. But the best thing, and that's what we always want to talk about, is that you would have the flexibility to make some extra cash. And that extra cash could go into your cookie jar and it could be for an Alaskan cruise. Would that not be awesome?
Yes,
Yes,
that would be
absolutely. You'll have to send me lots of fabulous pictures from your trip because I know you would love it. So let me ask you, would it be worth the cost of getting started just to see if that's a possibility? Would that cruise, the Alaskan cruise, be worth just giving it a chance?
I don't know why not.
Okay.
I mean, it's definitely something to give a try.
You're right. You're right. Absolutely. Well, Stephanie, if you'll just hang on for a moment, I'll go ahead and send you the link and I'll help walk you through it. And then me and you, we are going to have so much fun doing this together. That sounds good? All
Yes.
right. And maybe if you decide you like me really well, I might be your friend on the cruise. How about that?
Hey, you can come with me.
That's right. That's
The
right.
more the merrier.
We can look for the whales by the icebergs, right? Absolutely. All right. Now we're going to stop right now, and I just want to share. And then there's lots of other things that lots of objections that we could go through. But there's some things I want to point out to everybody as we're going through this. Number one, when you're doing the 4-question close, it's part of the conversation. It's not like, okay, question number one is this, and question number two is that. You don't do that. You kind of mix it in with the conversation. And what you want to do is make sure that at the end of her answering the question, you, number one, agree with her. Okay. And then you share with her your insights, your thoughts about what she said and how you think the same. Okay. And you agree with her. And then the third, you ask her a question that ends up in a positive response. You see, throughout this whole process, I did not talk about the opportunity to her. I did not try to overwhelm her with conversation. I simply asked her questions that led her to feel that she was in control and that she could feel comfortable saying a yes to. You see, we're programmed to say no. You know, when you walk into, let's just say, a furniture store and the salesperson comes up to you and says, "What can we help you with today?" You say, nothing, I'm just looking. Even if you were looking for a specific couch, it's just what we're conditioned to. And so, whenever you have a conversation after you have shared a presentation about your opportunity, make sure you're not doing all the talking. Instead, by asking questions, you're inviting her to answer in a positive, and she feels like she's in control of the conversation. Okay. Now, I do want to say this, that if you get in with a negative Nelly, okay, and I was going to have Stephanie role play that, but we don't have to role play it. You know, when you get a hold of negative Nelly, you know, right? And if she's negative and, this wouldn't work and blah, 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 blah. Your mission is not to overcome her negativity. Your mission is simply to thank her for helping out, because you don't want to deal with someone who's overly negative, right? Because you're going to have to work her through. Even if badgered her into saying yes, she still is not going to enjoy the process. And so the mission is not to badger or talk people into this. Your mission is to find the people who are looking for something in their life. Okay? Well, thank you, Stephanie, for helping us with our mission and helping us walk through this. And do you have any last words to say, words of wisdom that you want to share with anybody about the process of inviting people to join your team?
I think one of the biggest things to remember is that if someone tells you no right away, or through the process, just know that no doesn't mean forever.
Right.
Um, that is like really big. It may be no right then, and we may not know the reason why, but that
Mhm.
doesn't mean that another time of their life that whatever your opportunity is may work for them. And I think just simply asking them, is this no forever? Like you would never ever see yourself doing something like this?
Right.
Or is it maybe just no right now? And would it be okay if maybe I just reconnect with you in, another 3 to 6 months?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And
You're exactly right. Because they say that about every 6 months, people have changes in their lives that they may be more open to hearing what you have to say. At one point, life could be great. 6 months from now, their child may need braces, that maybe their spouse got laid off from their job. There may be
right,
things that have happened that all of a sudden they need extra cash. And so if you really have a gut feeling that that person would be fabulous, then I would always just put them on a 6 month touch base, 6 months touch base. And here's another thing. If you ever run into people who have been with your company before and they didn't stay with it, doesn't mean that's a permanent either. I do want to remind or share with everybody that Stephanie, actually, this is her second time in our company. And the second time she's been with us 26 years. Is that right?
yeah.
And this is also my second time in our company. And I have been the second time around 31 years. So just because someone tried it the first time, didn't do a whole lot with it, again, life changes and they may want to give it another try. Well, thank you, Stephanie, for hanging out with us today. And I just want to share with everybody, thank you so much for checking in on day 4 of our Couch Cash Academy. Tomorrow, we are going to be talking about the 4 foundations of building a successful direct sales business. So we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Stephanie.
You're welcome.